right, give it back after this one now.
Tell you what, you sure don't have any help tonight. Bo? Scraping the bottom of the barrel. Hey, you get what you pay for.
Looks like Christian Hall will jump ball to start things here for the Pioneers.
Yeah, those starters we gave you are correct.
He jumps against Lindsay, and Hall wins that battle. The backcourt to Jackson, and Jacob Jackson brings it across. Burton opening in a man-to-man. They go to the high post to Potts, back outside, Steele with it on the right wing, spins, tries to get inside, can't get in there, backs it back out, kicks the left wing to Jackson. Down in the corner it goes to Hall. He gets it back out deep to Jackson. Jackson guarded by Trevor Culbertson. He bounces it inside to Potts. Potts spins, jumps, shoots, short, no good. Rebound battled for by Hall, but he loses control of it to Culbertson. And Culbertson all the way down the lane. Nobody stopped him, and he went right by Jackson on a good move. Trevor Culbertson with the basket. Easy one for Burton.
Burton in full-court pressure here in 2-2-1.
Jackson gets it to the middle of the floor to Potts. Potts to the right wing to Steele. Steele takes it all the way inside, puts it up on the rim, and it rolls over and drops through, and it's 2-2.
Pioneers handled that pressure well, Mo.
They sure did. Just Cochran around a double team, down in the lane, kicks it down low for Lindsay, and it's taken away by Steele. Steele runs the other way with it. Leaves it for Jackson on the left wing. Passes up a three, back to Steele in the corner. Steele for three, good. Preston Steele with the three-pointer.
Jackson had a pretty good shot, but he got Steele a better one.
Burton comes the other way down in the corner. It goes to Lindsay, back outside to Kinzer. Back to Culbertson. Culbertson driving inside. That's Trevor Culbertson, and he's fouled.
They got Jackson on that foul.
Jackson on the foul as Culbertson tried to drive all the way to the basket.
I don't know, that one was a little bit iffy to me, Merle.
Yeah, it was a little contact, but he looked like he's out of control. Inbounds pass is stolen by Potts, and Pioneers get possession back. We're tied at 5-all here early in the first period. Ball's to Hurtig out on top, lobs it down inside for Potts right in underneath, and he puts it up and in easily. Got behind the defender there, and they couldn't do anything about that one. It's 7-2. They had 5-5 up there a minute ago, but it's 7-2. The left-hander, Cochran, puts one up from the baseline. No good, gets his own rebound. Tries to get inside. It's knocked away and out of bounds. It'll stay with Burton underneath their own basket.
Burton dressed in the black uniforms now. The Pioneers in the white. That's for our TV audience, as we're joined by ARC TV.
Inbounds play, they get it to Trevor Culbertson underneath, right underneath the basket. Easy one, he lays it in, and it's 7-4. Burton pressuring in the backcourt. Steele with it, still in the backcourt. Across to Jackson. Jackson into the front court to Hurtig. And timeout called by Coach Potts, and I think he thought they weren't going to get it across in time, Jamie.
It was getting close. 30-second timeout, so we'll keep it here.
Coach Potts is going to get Zach Hurtig into the game. Not sure who he's coming in for, but he went to the table and reported in.
We'll have more basketball action on WXLZ this week as Twin Valley visits Honaker there on Friday night. So be sure and tune on in for that. And I think next Tuesday night, Pioneers host Marion here, so we will have that game on XLZ also.
Pioneers with the ball at midcourt, coming out of that timeout. Zach Hurtig into the game. He gets the pass into the backcourt. Leaves it for Steele out on the right side. Back to Hunter. Then to Zach as they run a little weave down in the corner to Steele. And they cover him quickly since he made one from the corner earlier. Back to Jackson on the outside to Zach Hurtig. And he loses control, finally picks it up, gets it to Steele. Steele drives around the top of the circle down in the paint, has his shot blocked in close, and running out of there with it is Cochran. Cochran on the left side leaves it outside for Lindsay. Lindsay for three, no good. Back to Cochran on the rebound, knocked back to Cochran in the left corner, and he cans the three-pointer. We're tied up at 7-all. Zach Hardy gets it up to Steele. Steele gets in close, kicks it back out to Jackson. Jackson drives the lane up all the way to the rim and couldn't get it to go. Tried to bank it in right in front of the bucket, and Culbertson runs out of there with it. Almost has it stolen as he gets into the front court. Down in the corner it goes to Kinzer. Kinzer back outside to Cochran. Cochran leaves it for Kinzer outside as they run a little weave out there down in the corner. It goes to Buchanan, who's in the game now. Came into that last time out, and he travels trying to get across the lane and get the ball to Cochran on the right side and turns it over to Lebanon. 4 minutes to go here in the first period. Burton still pressuring in the backcourt. Long pass cross court stolen, intended for Jackson, and down inside goes Culbertson. Trevor Culbertson runs into Potts down there and is called for a charge. Burton crowd not liking that call, and I'm not too sure it was a good one either, Jamie.
I didn't really see it there.
That's close. Potts in the backcourt with it, across to Jackson. Jackson back to Potts. Potts to Steele into the front court. Steele picked up and double teamed on the side over there, and gets it back to Potts. Back to Steele. Potts top of the circle for three, no good. He's usually deadly from outside there.
Missed that one pretty badly, Morrow.
Didn't really get close. It's 7-all here little over halfway through the first period. Cochran on the left side with it. Dribbles into the foul line. Back outside to Kinzer. He pulls up at the left elbow. Jump shoots good. Isaiah Kinzer with the basket. It's 9-7. 2-point lead for Burton. Pass ahead into the front court to Steele as they break the pressure easily. Back outside to Zach. Down inside it goes to Potts. Potts jumps and shoots and rolls and won't go. Got a pretty good look at it right at the front of the rim, and he couldn't get it to go.
Yeah, I had no luck on that one, Morrow. Made a good move.
Mikey Culbertson into the front court with it. First time he's touched it, I think. He gets it back outside. Kinzer with it, almost stolen by Potts. Now Buchanan. Buchanan drives into the lane. Has to kick it back outside as he's cut off down in there, and back out to Cochran. Down in on the low block on the left side to Mikey Culbertson, and he bulls his way in around Potts and banks it in. He's got a lot of strength in there. He's not real tall, but
he's a good inside player.
Really good playing down the inside. We saw him play last year a time or two. Lebanon gets it by the pressure down in the corner to Jackson. Jackson for three. Oh, rimmed out of there. Looked good, but rimmed out. And Cochran runs the other way with it. Gets by Jackson and then pulls it back outside to Trevor Culbertson. He directs traffic out there. He's picked up with Jackson. Goes down on the left wing, back inside to Mikey Culbertson, kicks it in the corner to Kinzer. Kinzer back outside to Cochran. Cochran jumps and shoots from just outside the foul line. No good, but Buchanan chases the rebound down out in the corner. Cochran gets it back across the lane into the corner to Kinzer, and his jumper no good from just inside the arc, and Lebanon runs out of there with it. Quickly up court to Potts, and he goes all the way to the rim and puts it up. Little hook shot just off of the rim a couple of feet, and no good, but he's fouled. Minute 26 left in the first quarter.
Culbertson with the foul. That's the second one on Burton.
That's a Mikey Culbertson.
Potts makes the first free throw. He's got another one coming. We've got a minute 26 left first quarter. It's 11-8 Burton's favor.
Mikey Culbertson sits down, and Tyler Spriggs enters for him.
Potts' next free throw's good, so he makes a pair. It's 11-9 now. Burton with the lead.
Cochran into the front court quickly. Cut off by Steele, and he dribbled it on the sideline. Good defense by Steele, cutting him off there. And as he tried to get around, he dribbled the ball on the sideline, turns it back over to Pioneers, and coming into the game is Jordan Mabe. Mabe replaces Cochran in the lineup. Still about a three-quarter court press by Burton. And Jackson gets it across to Zach. Zach to Jackson down inside to Potts. Potts hits Christian coming off of the right wing, lays it up and in good, but they call him for a travel. Basket's waved off.
They'll give you a couple steps on that.
I didn't see the travel there.
I don't like that call much.
Burton being pressured a little bit in the backcourt, just man-to-man pressure. Trevor Culbertson hounded by Zach Hertig. He gets it across to Kinzer. Kinzer back outside to Culbertson. He drives into the lane, forces it down in there, almost stolen away, picked up by Spriggs. He puts a shot up there, no good, and Christian Hall with the rebound gets it to Steele. Steele runs to the other end with it. Out top to Potts, wide open for three. No good off of the front of the rim. Rebound goes to Mabe, and he gets it up court to Kinzer. Kinzer drives into the paint, kicks it back out to Buchanan. Left wing it goes to Mabe, and Mabe travels as he took a step before he put it on the floor, he faked a shot and took a step before he put it on the floor to drive inside.
Well, that's 6 turnovers on Burton. Pioneers haven't really taken too much advantage of that.
No, they haven't. Our score is 11-9 with 20 seconds to go in the first period. Long pass across court from Steele intended for Hertig. Not a good pass, and it goes out of bounds. Hertig tried to save it and couldn't.
Well, he wasn't quite big enough. He's not probably about 5'5", and that pass was only about 6'2".
Pass comes into the front court to Cochran, all the way across to Mabe on front of the Pioneer bench. Mabe goes up high to try to get that one. It was thrown too high, and he goes down hard in the floor. Ball goes out of bounds in front of the Lebanon bench to the Pioneers with 13 seconds to go. Jackson's got it in the backcourt. Jackson quickly into the corner to Hall, back outside to Jackson. Jackson puts it on the floor, drives inside, banks it up. Good, just at the buzzer, just beat the buzzer. I said banked it, but I think it just went over the back rim and rattled around, Jamie, and went in.
It did, that was right. So first quarter, 11-11. We'll be back. You're listening to high school basketball on WXLZ.
All right, Burton comes back. They get the ball to open the second period. They come on the floor with both Culbertsons, Cochran, Mabe, and Kinzer. Pioneers in a zone, Jamie. Outside to Culbertson. Trevor drives down the lane, puts up a floater, no good. Steele with the rebound for Lebanon and throws it away. Tried to get it side court to Jackson and stolen by Culbertson. He drives in on the baseline, and a whistle and a foul, I guess. Let's see. Call a foul on Lebanon.
They got Potts, I believe, on that one.
For pushing. Culbertson tried to drive the baseline. It's Trevor Culbertson.
No, they got Steele on that one, looks like.
Well, it is Steele. Culbertson lobs it outside to Kinzer. Pioneers back into man-to-man after that timeout. To the right wing it goes to Mabe. Back outside to Kinzer. Now it looks like they're in a zone maybe. Yeah, they're in a zone. Kinzer cuts through it, stays outside with Mabe, and timeout Burton. That'll be a 30-second timeout. So we'll stay here. With 7:20 left in the second period, it's tied up at 11-all. Burton and Lebanon playing a pretty physical game and pretty hurry up with both teams. But
yeah, there's a lot of action going on, but not a whole lot of scoring so far.
Pioneers missed 2 or 3 easy ones down inside that they usually make.
Of course, both these teams played last night. 2 nights in a row, and the high school kids sometimes a little hard because they're not used to that.
Yep.
And I always thought when you had back-to-backers like that, you didn't necessarily play as well the second night.
That's often the case. Burton's got the ball coming out of the timeout. Cochran or Kinzer will inbound. Pioneers in a 2-3 zone.
Yeah, that's what it looks like to me.
Trying to keep him from driving down in there. Here's Trevor Culbertson. He drives down the lane anyway, dishes it down on the baseline to Buchanan. Buchanan shots up there, no good. Battle for the rebound between Christian Hall and Culbertson. Mikey Culbertson, they're going to call a jump ball.
That'll belong to the Pioneers.
Yeah, they call it a jump ball. And the Pioneers have the alternate possession.
Burton's backed out of that full court pressure. They're back in a man-to-man half court.
Steele and Potts running away. Potts stops on the left wing and puts up a rainbow three-pointer that's good, and it's 14-11 Lebanon. Culbertson double teamed on the sideline as he gets it into the front court. Gets it to Cochran, back outside to Kinsey. Drives down the lane, a lot of contact and a whistle and a foul.
I don't know who they got.
I think they got Potts.
They got
Steele again.
That'll be 2 on Steele.
That puts
Kinzer on the line. He misses the first free throw. He'll get one more.
Lebanon leads at 14-11 after the three-pointer by Potts.
Kinzer ready again and misses that one too. And the Pioneers come out there.
A lot of contact with Culbertson down there on the rebound, but no call. And the Pioneers get the rebound. Not sure who came up with it. Steele with it on the right wing now, dribbles back out top to the right wing to Potts. He tries to drive inside, has it knocked away and stolen, picked up by Cochran. He gets it ahead to Kinzer. Kinzer traveled as he tried to get it from the left side down into the lane down near the basket, and took an extra step before he could make that pass, and the Pioneers will come the other way. Again against pressure, it's just straight man-to-man pressure now, and Jackson waves everybody off, and he'll bring it across himself, he says, so he does so. And now Steele goes back door, gets a pass, jumps, shoots inside. Nice move by Steele. That's a tough shot, Jamie.
That really was. He made a dandy move that time.
He's falling away there in the lane and got it to go. Long pass ahead intended for Culbertson, and he couldn't control it. Hurtig got up in front of it and tipped it, but it went off of Mikey Culbertson finally, and Lebanon gets it back, leading 16-11. Steele brings it to the front court, picked up by Kinzer. Steele to the foul line, kicks it off on the left side to Jackson. Jackson tries to spin inside, has it knocked away, but it's picked up by Hunter Hurtig. And they get it back outside to Potts, and Potts leaves it for Steele. Back to Jackson. Jackson sets the offense again. Steele and Hall running through off some screens, and Steele gets a nice pass from Potts in the middle and can't convert on a reverse layup. Gets a rebound, puts it back up, no good, and Burton runs the other way. Potts got that pass in the middle and made a good pass to Steele, and Steele couldn't get the shot to go. Now here's a three-pointer from the left wing by Kinzer. It's good for Burton, and it's 16-14. Steele getting a lot of pressure outside by Kinzer, and he drives all the way to the basket, puts it up and in, good, and a whistle and a foul. I think they call they're going to wave that off, Jamie.
They call an offensive foul on Steele. I thought that was a bad call.
I thought the official on this side was calling it a blocking foul, but down under the basket they call it a charge on Steele. That's 3 on Steele, isn't it?
Yeah.
So he has to sit down, and Zach Hurtig back into the lineup. Now here comes Burton the other way. Cochran with it on the outside, drives down the lane, kicks it out in the corner to Lindsay. It's back in the game. Back outside to Trevor Culbertson for 3 from the top of the key, and it's good, and Burton takes the lead 17-16. Zach Hurtig and Hunter Hurtig both in the game now, along with Jackson, Hall, and Potts. Hall with it on the outside on the wing. He loses control of it. Picked up by Culbertson, and he's fouled from behind by Jackson as he gets all the way to the rim on the other end, and Jackson didn't let him make that one. Put him on the free throw line for 2. First foul on Jacob Jackson. Second
team foul on the Pioneers.
Second foul on Jackson.
So Trevor Culbertson at the line, he'll be shooting 2. 4:20 left first half, Burton with a 1-point lead. And that one bounces around, comes out.
Didn't they call a foul on Potts earlier in the game?
I thought so, yeah.
Well, they got 2 on Jackson and 3 on Steele, but they've got just 5 on the board.
For second free throws up and good by Trevor Culbertson, and Burton goes up by 2. And they're back in
pressure. Steele by Trevor Culbertson right in front of Jackson. He lays it up and in, good, an easy one. Long pass ahead for Hall. Hall saves it and going out of bounds. And Zach Hurtig gets it and tries to hit Hunter Hurdy going to break away down court and threw it right by him, too hard and too high for Hunter to handle, and Burton's got it coming the other way. Burton leads it 20-16 now. Long pass ahead intended for Lindsay, and knocked away, and the Pioneers steal it. Get to Potts. Potts down on the baseline all the way to the basket, and he's fouled. Potts will shoot 2.
They got Lindsay on that foul. That's his first. Only 3 team fouls against Burton. And Sage Potts at the line. He'll have 2. First one's up and good. He'll get 1 more.
Mabe comes back into the game to replace Kinzer for Burton.
Potts ready now. That one's up, and he makes a pair. He's made 4 out of 4 here, Merle. And a 2-point game now. Burton leads it.
Pioneers with 3/4 court pressure. Burton finally gets it across all the way down inside to Mikey Culbertson, across the lane to Lindsay, back out in the corner to Cochran, and he travels with it as he fakes around Zach Hurdig and moved his pivot foot. Potts gets the pass into the front court to Hall, and then it goes back to Potts. Potts leaves it outside for Zach. Zach into the right corner to Hunter, bounces inside to Potts. Up and good inside was Potts with the basket. That one almost came out of there. Now Pioneers pressuring, they've tied it up at 20 all. Pass into the front court to Cochran. He gets around Hurdig all the way to the basket on the left side and puts it up and in over top of one of the Pioneer defenders. Not much defense to that shot.
Well, once you get Steele out there inside, the Pioneers will go awful small, Merle.
Yeah, they do. And not as strong either. Hall's got it in the corner, tries to feed Potts on the low block on the right side, and it's knocked away and out of bounds. It'll stay with the Pioneers. Burton leads at 22-20 with 2:58 to go in the second period. Into the corner to Potts, fakes a 3, drives inside, gets all the way into the rim, puts it up left-handed, no good. Jackson with the rebound, back up and in, good. Right in between 2 Burton players. Good effort by Jacob Jackson. 22-22 now. Culbertson gets it in the front court, all the way across court, almost stolen by Hurdig. Intended for Mabe, back to Mikey Culbertson, and he drives inside, and a blocking foul called on Potts. And the Lebanon crowd up in arms about that one, Jamie. Mikey Culbertson forcing the issue down in there.
Yeah, ran right over him, Merle.
Ran right over Potts, and they get the call on Sage. Sage Potts' first foul.
Culbertson's free throws up and good. He'll get 1 more.
Culbertson's a block in there, isn't he? He's solid.
Yeah, he's a solid rock. He's a pretty good basketball player, too. He makes a pair of them, and that puts Burton up by 2.
I didn't think they were getting him the ball very much early on here. He hadn't seen it a whole lot. Inbounds pass is almost stolen again by Trevor Culbertson. Potts will try again. Pressure in the backcourt. Long pass down court for Jackson. He's got it all the way. No, he gets it knocked away and goes off Jackson's leg. Out of bounds. Trevor Coleman caught up and got a hand on the ball. That was the right call, I think. Inbounds pass comes into Cochran. He gets in traffic and has it knocked away by Hunter Hurdig. Picked up by Potts, gets it to Jackson. Jackson gets it into the front court. Leaves it for Hurdig into the left corner to Hall. Back outside to Jackson. Hall in the left corner trying to get it into Potts. Can't get it in there. Back outside to Hunter. Hunter to Cochran into the left corner to Jackson. Jackson for 3. No good. A rebound pulled down by Cochran. He runs the other way with it. Cut off down there by Zach Hurdig, and gets it back outside to Trevor Culbertson. He guarded by Jackson. Goes by Jackson down the lane. Dumps it on the low block on the left side to Lindsay. And Lindsay's shot blocked and taken away.
Sage Potts did that.
I couldn't tell who blocked it. It was blocked off from the referee there.
Yeah, Potts made a good defensive play there.
Jackson with it in the front court now for Lebanon. They trail 24-22. With 1:30 to go in the quarter. Get it inside to Potts. Potts drives inside, tries to put one up. Wild shot, no good, and Cochran runs out low with it for Burton. Cochran double teamed on side court and calls a timeout, I guess.
I guess Burton probably took the timeout.
Yeah,
we'll take it with them. 24-22 Burton. You're listening to high school basketball on WXLZ.
I think
30 seconds, Bobby, 30 seconds.
I think Cochran must have called that timeout because the coach wasn't even up off of the bench.
24-22, a minute 18 left here in the first half.
Pioneers with Hall, Potts, Jackson, and both Hertigs on the court. Cochran with it on the outside to Mabe, left wing to Trevor Culbertson. Culbertson dumps it down low for Mikey Culbertson all the way across the lane into the corner for Mabe, and he hits a three-pointer from the right corner. They don't shoot too many threes, but when they do, they're pretty effective. Zach Hertig across midcourt with it all the way down the lane. A little floater off of the glass, no good. And Culbertson gets it. Trevor Culbertson has it taken right away as Hertig picked his pocket, and Hertig trying to feed it down inside to Jackson, and it's tipped away, stolen by Mikey Culbertson. He races the other way, all the way into the lane, bulls his way in there, and loses control with the ball. Hunter Hertig picks it up, goes to Zach Hertig, and he throws it away, trying to get it up court to Hall, and under pressure from Zach Hertig on the wing, Trevor Culbertson loses it. It rolls out of bounds back to the Pioneers. Wild and woolly, Jamie.
I'd say.
16 seconds left in the first half.
Turnover city there, Merle.
Potts in bounds to Hall. Hall trying to get it across court to Jackson, taken away by Culbertson. He goes all the way in and up off of the glass, good. It's 29-22 all of a sudden. Pass into the middle of the court to Hunter Hertig, and with 1 second, he lets one fly from the right wing. It's no good on the run, and we'll go to halftime with the Pioneers trailing J.I. Burton 29-22. We'll be back in a couple of minutes for some halftime comments and look at some stats. You're listening to high school basketball on 107.3 WXLZ.